My family tried to commit me to a mental hospital, file for my divorce, and then steal my wife's money. Okay, OP.
You know, that would be a list of things that you shouldn't do.
I think we can all agree that is a list of 3 things that should never happen.
And you know what? I'm gonna go out on a ledge, and I'm just gonna stick my flag in that. You know,
controversial opinion.
A very controversial opinion, but I don't think you should take people's money or file for divorce for them. Or
hashtag free Brittany.
There we go.
Yeah,
there
free Brittany. She was confined to a mental hospital against her will.
That is
free
true.
Brittany.
That is
she's
true.
freed.
And we know someone who played soccer with her boo.
That we do. That's
right.
Her new boo. She got married. Yeah,
we should invite him on the podcast.
That we should. My wife was scheduled for a business trip, so I decided that during her time away, I would go visit my family.
Makes sense.
Since I live in the United States, heart of meth headism, the great state of Oklahoma, run, don't look back, Homa.
Yeah.
I knew it would be a chaotic visit, but I had no idea what would actually be in store for me this time around.
Uh-oh.
Something's in store, and you don't want to be in that store. You don't want to buy that store. The store is a bad store.
That's right. Give me a refund.
The meth store.
The meth store.
And you don't want to buy anything there.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll pass.
Yeah, no meth for me. After letting my mom know what dates I was coming for the visit, I started getting some weirder texts than usual. Some odd texteroonies, as you might say. Now, usually text from my family goes something like this. I read online that snorting hydrogen peroxide is actually good for your health. Or we're taking out a loan to buy a chateau because the jacuzzi we just bought doesn't fit in the house.
So there's I think we all have weird, funny group family texts.
Yeah.
This is
these are just terrible decisions.
I think these are just out of the range of goodness.
They are delusional.
They are.
Mind you, both of my parents are broke, refuse to apply for jobs, and are largely living off my siblings' incomes.
That's terrible.
Model parents, you might say.
Model parents.
But this time, I get a flurry of text messages accusing my wife of secretly abusing me.
How is it a secret if I'm the one being abused?
Maybe it's a secret even from him.
Oh, goodness.
The reason these messages were so odd is that my family has known my wife for over 10 years, and she literally is the sweetest person ever.
It ain't adding up.
And ironically enough, my parents are the ones with the past history of abusing all of their kids.
Oh, my God.
Yikes. Verbally, emotionally, physically, and financially. And my angel of a wife has consistently loved and supported me through the PTSD aftermath of growing up with that kind of abuse.
Wow. Good. Shout out to the wife.
Shout out to the wife, and no shout out for the parents. Yeah, get buried.
That's right. You go to timeout.
Yeah. So after reassuring my mom that my wife is still the same sweet, non-abusive person as always, she started going out about her secret knowledge. Some QAnon shit.
Yeah.
She had this knowledge that she had this knowledge, but wouldn't tell me what it was. Finally, I chalked it up to her being bored and trying to start some shit for entertainment purposes, which honestly sounds like it could be true.
That's a problem. If that's what they're doing for entertainment, see a movie.
yeah. Just OP, I feel like you should just zoom in, instead of actually going. Just do a phone call. You don't need to go home in Oklahoma anymore.
Yeah. Let's FaceTime this one out.
Yeah. So fast forward to the actual family visit. Woke up exhausted and decided to treat myself to some coffee at a local coffee shop. The one I was going to was about a 5-mile drive from where my parents live. But I'd been so stressed out from the usual family arguments and gaslighting that highway hypnosis kicked in and it ended up half an hour away. Realizing I'd have to drive half an hour back, I went ahead and called my mom to let her know so she wouldn't worry.
Okay.
So basically,
he literally just zoned out and missed it by a whole half an hour.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's kind of a lot.
That's a lot. Shortly thereafter, my sister calls me. She goes on about how highway hypnosis proves that I'm unhinged and delusional. She says I must have something wrong with my brain and need immediate medical attention at an ER.
It's an emergency. He has highway hypnosis.
Dude, I'm just imagining he's listening to Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire on like book on tape, and he's just enthralled.
Dude,
he's really into it.
He is lost in the story.
Dude, he's trying to get through that chapter. I'm reading or listening to Harry Potter 4 right now. Bro, that shit is fire.
You could say a goblet of fire.
Oh, let's go. Got him. Dude, I literally teleported on the plane. Like,
Yeah.
I put it in, fell asleep instantly, woke up 6 hours later. Here I am back in LA.
Oh, you use it as like an Ambien.
Yeah. Harry, because then I have dreams that I'm like Harry Potter doing cool shit.
Interesting.
Pretty sick. Yeah.
I'm gonna try that one out.
Dude, try it. Audible, not sponsored, but maybe
Soon to be.
Yeah,
We'll see.
All right, and so they say OP should go to the ER, but not the closest ER to me. The closest ER to her. She lives 2 hours away from my parents.
You know, why make it an inconvenience on them to visit you, Sam? That's just inconsiderate.
Also, this is ridiculous. Like, man's listening to Harry Potter, really zoning in on the story, and like now it's like you need to go to the mental hospital.
Excuse me, Sam. He has highway hypnosis.
Highway hypnosis.
He has highway hypnosis.
I've never heard that term before. Have you?
I have never heard of that.
Yeah,
before.
this is I guess some Oklahoma thing, or there's some crazy family thing.
Yeah.
She says I need to see Dr. X and have him sign paperwork to get me checked into a mental ward for my own safety. When I tell her she's overreacting and that I'm perfectly okay, it was just me zoning out and going on autopilot for the drive, she tells me she and my mom have been noticing a worsening pattern in my cognitive behavior for a while. I ask her what behavior, and she won't give me a clear answer. Anyway, I get back to my parents' house and go into their guest house to finish my coffee and send a few emails before fully starting the day, except I hear a noise in my mom's office next to the room I'm staying in. So naturally, I decided to check it out. Spoiler, it was my mom's cat knocking down a folder full of papers from her desk.
Okay.
Going to pick up the papers, something catches my eye. My name. On paper after paper, there was my name on an involuntary civil commitment, needing a physician's approval signature for indefinite commitment.
What?
Power of attorney going to my mother upon involuntary commitment, proxy divorce papers to be filed on my behalf against my wife, and written statements by my family that my wife had abused me and were therefore requesting annual alimony to be paid to my soon-to-be power of attorney for the remainder of my involuntary commitment.
The level of insanity they are going through to like rob their own child.
But low key. This is like a smart plan.
Honestly,
you're
right.
Fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Evil,
but
genius.
Genius, dude. Like they figured it out.
Cause
if only they put that time and energy toward getting an actual job.
Wow. Truly. Literally, you've devised this whole plan to ruin your own child's life and take all of his money when you could literally have done this very well planned out thing in any job, in any capacity.
Yeah, just use that creativity to do your side hustle, start your entrepreneurship
Write an
journey.
email, sell some dog biscuits or something.
Come on, not this, man, not this.
Wow.
And the thing is, they're living off their children's income already.
Other children.
So it's like, now they're really trying to live off
this
of.
Is absolutely worst. This is evil genius parent of the year. Like the most evil and the most genius at the same time.
Facts, dude. Facts. My blood ran cold. Of all the ways to extort my wife for money, they were trying to get me locked up for life in a psychiatric ward to do it. I love how his bar is set so low. It's like he expects them to extort him for money, but of the ways, this is the worst way.
This is unacceptable. I like the good old fashioned way. Blackmail.
Yeah. I called my wife, packed my bags, and left without saying goodbye. There is an edit though.
What?
Yeah. So I just wanted to address these updates. The reason I felt it was okay to leave the cat, I love how people are focusing on the cat, is that my parents treat her like a cat goddess. I think it's common with a lot of narcs that they're able to love pets, plants unconditionally, but not their own kiddos. And I think narcs are like narcissists. Yeah. 2, this isn't the first time they've tried getting me committed. In high school, a decade ago, we were having a big fight and my parents tried forcing me into the car to take me to the ER to be committed. Also, I had to use the bathroom in the middle of the fight, and they followed me into the bathroom to continue fighting with me and ended up physically dragging me off the toilet. I realized most families aren't like this, and I should have gone no contact a long time ago, but narcissistic abuse screws with your head pretty badly, and I still deal with bad bouts of guilt that make me feel that I'm in the wrong and I need to make amends. I'm applying for a new social security Oh my God. 3, I'm applying for a new social security number and changing my name.
Oh,
my social security number has never worked properly, so it might not even be a real one. So they might not even have given him his real social security number.
They hid his own social security from him. My God.
Oh my God. Dude, this guy needs to, this is drastic, but like probably needed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I'm just like, Mom, Dad, I love you. Like, holy shit, you can have terrible parents.
Thank you for not extorting me, for hiding my social security and forcing me to change my literal identity.
Wow.
Oh my God. And just dragging him off the toilet. My favorite though, the highway hypnosis as the reason.
Yeah, that's why I need to get committed.
Putting him into a mental hospital for highway hypnosis.
Yeah. And also, I'm wondering, maybe they already set something up at that doctor's office 2 hours away. Maybe they were paying off the doctor or something. So he actually would have been committed.
Bro, the doctor's in on it too.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
This is fucked.
Wow.
Today I effed up by abandoning my toddler.
Good. They deserve it.
Oh no, John, you're going to be a terrible parent. My wife and I are both thankful that it ended better than it could have and that we can laugh about it now. We've been saving for years to go on a vacation to Ireland. Oh, don't you know the pot of gold.
A pot of gold. I'm a leprechaun.
Stay away from me, Lucky Charms.
I think you transitioned into Scottish there.
What's an onion has layers.
Yeah, layers.
Layers.
Ogres are not like cakes.
Finally, we had enough money and cue the panic. My wife is the only one among the family who had ever been on a plane before. Oh, that's crazy, dude. But we were all panicking as we got ready. We woke up at 3 a.m., got to the airport by 5 a.m., and everyone was tired. The 10-year-old and 7-year-old were groggy, but awake, and my wife wanted to wait as long as possible before waking up our 2-year-old. And he would surely wake up as soon as we got him out of his car seat. So we held off on that. But we held off on it for so long, in our haste, we forgot he was still in the car. Ah! We started heading to the airport, and we made it about halfway before we acknowledged the stroller that had folded and was holding. I looked at the older kids and thought, they're a little too old for this stroller. And then it hit me. The baby!
The baby!
It takes about 1.5 seconds for my wife to realize why I was running back to the car. Thankfully, it wasn't too cold and the kid was still asleep. But frick, we feel like shitty parents. It could have ended so much worse than it did, for which my wife and I are both grateful that it didn't.
Maybe he should have doubled down and just put him in the wilderness and see if he can become like a Tarzan, man.
Yeah, dude, that's like the Romans. They if you had a deformed
Right.
baby, they just left them in the wilderness to fend for themselves.
It's like maybe the baby will come back a wildebeest of a man.
Yeah, it'll be like an Olympian or like a rock climber or something. Or a runner.
It's just like, ooga booga booga, I run fast.
Bam.
See ya.